Right, yeah. Dang. The
We're
broadcast is live. Here we go. Hey.
Hey, we are live tonight. Look, I'm sorry we're late, guys, but technical difficulties going on. Everything crashing around the world. We got to be careful. I don't know what's up.
The powers that be. The powers that be.
Oh, baby, if the whole computer world shut down, we are in big trouble. So we got to be careful around here. We're treading on thin. Ha! Girl, yes. So what we got going on today?
Well, wait, first, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Meet the Shoe. I'm Nina.
And I am Sade.
And today we are discussing the lynching. What is it called?
Oh, so this will be our real spill. Okay. So start off with our... Yeah, so what is the 24/7 real spill that you have for us today?
Okay, so the Senate has passed the Anti-Lynching Bill after 200 failed attempts. And
wait a minute, 200 failed attempts? Why are we why is it so many attempts?
Why did it take so long?
Why is it taking so long for the world to really grasp on what they have done in the past to mess up a whole human race, to be racist, or it's so sad for Black Americans, African Americans.
I mean, I think that it seems like, okay, back in the day, I don't understand why Black people were the chosen people, right? We feel like we're the originators. I mean, they say we're the originators. I mean, it's obvious so, because they keep on trying to dim our lights. Like in every aspect of life, we create everything.
Right.
They want us to smize ourselves. Anytime that we outsmart things, trying to find it when we find something, you know how they say, do it smarter, not harder. You know what I'm saying? Simple, keep it simple, keep it. Whenever you figure out the best way of doing things, we're always attacked, or we're always, our light is always dim. So I mean, it's obvious that they said that it's taken 100 years. It has 200 failed attempts in over 100 plus years. Representative Bobby Rush.
Okay.
He's a representative out of Chicago.
Bobby Rush, isn't he here in Minnesota now?
Okay. Well, I don't know. It says a representative of Chicago, where Till lived before he was murdered.
Emmett
Till, right? That's where it came from, right?
When it first started.
It started in Chicago. Right? Okay. And so he said the bill sends a clear and emphatic sorry for my message to our nation, will no longer ignore that shameful chapter of our history, and that the full force of the United States federal government will always be brought to bear against those who commit this heinous act. Right. So that's where it originated. It said the district where Emmett Till lived in Los Angeles, Representative Karen Bass, with a photo of Emmett Till speaking before the House passed. So she spoke on behalf of the bill.
Right.
she is the one that him and her is who got it passed. And it says the Senate passed a bipartisan bill criminalizing lynching at the federal level
Okay.
this week, sending the bill to President Biden's desk after the House approved the bill in January.
Mm-hmm.
The Anti-Lynching Act named 14-year-old Chicago boy who was brutally murdered in Mississippi in 1955 helped catalyze, I guess, the civil
Mm-hmm.
rights movement.
Mm-hmm.
Allows a crime to be prosecuted as lynching of a victim if a victim is killed or injured as the result of a hate crime, with a sentence
Right.
up to 30 years in prison. The Senate passed the bill unanimously through 3 Republican members of the House from Georgia, Kentucky, and Texas voted,
Mm-hmm.
obviously, voted against it. And
Mm-hmm.
that's sad that we have to say Georgia, Kentucky, and Texas, like, I guess,
The southern.
and Florida and Mississippi, like,
Right.
most
All the
racist.
down south where
Yeah. Everybody
nuts.
down south they still can't even weigh it up though. You know what I'm
No,
saying? They still don't weigh it up.
no.
But the bill passed by Congress marks the end of the hundreds of failed attempts to pass the
Mm-hmm.
anti-lynching legislation over more than a century. Dang, that's a
It's
long
so it
time.
is a long time. It is. And going back to the Emmett Till, when I went to Washington, D.C., we went to the museum, the Smithsonian Museum,
Mhm.
and I went to that section, that part of the museum where his casket, they say his casket was there, and I'm
Mhm.
looking down in it, and they had a little slideshow about his mother talking about what happened to him and stuff like that, and they just showed how he looked, you know,
Yeah,
after
mango.
it's just it's so sad, and it's like, you guys, this happened way back long
Yeah.
ago, and you still not have not passed any these laws to stop lynching, stop chasing down people because you think you're the law, or you're
Right,
above the law. You know what I'm saying? Like something happened here recently last week. Some kids, young kids, they were white, but it doesn't matter. Running around, being teenagers. No, they probably just being unruly.
mhm,
Bust out a window to the bus stop,
right,
and all of a sudden, here come a man because they run across in his backyard. Here's a man chasing them down, and then the little boy pulls out a knife, like probably scared because he see a big grown man with hair,
right,
face, and gray, and bald head because he looked kind of scary. I
right,
mean, he pulls out his knife. He probably put out his knife from being scared, but not pulling out his knife for wanting to stab the man. You know what I'm saying?
right. So the
But
man ran up on him.
the man ran up on him, had
Hmm.
a gun, and said, "I'm going to shoot you in the balls,
Oh,
in
why?
the
Why?
nuts,"
And this
and
was so
shot this young teenager in the
okay.
nuts.
So wait. So
Girl,
this was a white man,
yes.
had a gun,
Hmm.
chased down a white kid.
They say it was a white kid. I don't. They never even. They didn't say the race or anything, but from other people, I'm hearing they say there's a white kids playing
So
around.
he shot the teenager and just killed
Hmm. He didn't die. He's in the hospital. He was in the hospital, and who's to say if this kid is able to have children later?
him.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
all because he ran across his yard.
Girl, it's just
Look at
everybody
the
is
anger. That anger is
anger.
something
The
else. Some
anger in
white
people,
men.
isn't it? It's something.
Like,
It's
it's
sad.
what is the issue all the time though? What are you so mad about? And then later you got to pay for it.
Right.
Whether you want to pay for it in prison, or you're going to pay for the peace of your mind, because you'll never have peace, because you'll always think about it. You will never live free. You will never live free in spirit or free in the mind,
But
because you killed or hurt somebody over something so stupid.
so
I
stupid.
don't care
Like,
what you
why
say.
didn't you just, if you saw them tearing up property, call the police?
Right,
We
exactly.
need all these Karens and what's they call the man now?
I don't know.
Steve,
Ken, Ken's
Ken,
parents.
Ken and Karen. Come on now, y'all. Wake up. Stop it.
I mean, so many things.
You do
It's
not own
always
the property on the street. You
right.
own the bus stop. Call the police.
Exactly. Call the police. And well, when this law was actually the first piece of this law that they wanted to go into legislation was introduced in the legislation was by Representative George Henry in 1900.
George Henry,
So
1900.
yeah, 1900. So this law has been trying to be in place prior to the Emmett Till.
But you know what? Going back to slavery days when Willie Lynch brought up,
Right.
you lynch
That's where it's
whoever you
named
can.
from. That's where it's
Yeah,
named from.
yeah, he would tar and feather you and drag you by horse and hang
Right.
you on a tree.
Right.
And it's so sad how brutal the things you've been. Oh my God, people been through. It just hurts your heart to even. I couldn't live back in them days.
Right.
I already said
I'm glad I
I
didn't
would
have.
be. But hello, I would be. What's her name? Harriet Tubman, baby.
Yeah.
I would have been right on her heels. Come on,
You'd
girl,
be Harriet Tubman, huh?
saddle up, cause we gonna tear some heads off here, baby. God, no, yes.
Yeah, yeah. Another case that came in that is a sad situation.
Mm-hmm.
This girl, she was an alcoholic,
Uh-huh.
but she was making fun of it. She made fun of drinking and driving and not
Oh,
getting caught.
what?
Oh yeah, so she made a statement on Twitter that says, if you ask me, I'm the best drunk driver ever, right? Now, guess what she did? She what is her name? Her name is she's a 21-year-old driver, Janaea Tanae Webb. Faces 3 counts of third-degree murder after prosecutors said she mowed down state troopers.
Oh,
State Trooper Brendan Siskata,
mm-hmm.
age 29, and Martin Mack III, age 33, and a pedestrian, Riviers Rivera Oliveria.
Okay.
Oliveria's 28, on the shoulder of I-95 Monday night. The fatal crash occurred as state troopers were responding to a call of a person walking in
Mm.
southbound lane, and this woman just comes plunging in. They had somebody pulled over,
Uh-huh.
right? That was walking, right? And I guess they stopped. They pulled over to talk to the pedestrian, and she come out of nowhere and kill them all.
Oh no.
Yeah, yeah. Earlier that day, Webb bragged on Twitter about her indulging in drunk driving skills, and here she come, killed the people. She bragged about it in the morning, and then her dumb butt came
Oh, she really
and
got drunk for real and
really got drunk. Was bragging about getting drunk and driving and not getting caught. Apparently, she hadn't got caught in the past, and so now she done committed murder 3 times. Yep.
so it's ooh, well,
Well, she killed. Yeah, she killed 2 troopers that was helping a pedestrian. Yep, that was walking alongside of the road. Imagine that. Here the police coming over just to do their job. They weren't doing nothing wrong.
nothing.
And here you come with your drunken irresponsibleness and you mowed them all down, killed them.
Yeah, that's unfortunate and it's sad that she was able to brag about it earlier. So I'm quite sure she's gonna have some really severe consequences after that one. Very severe.
No,
So
I mean, as she should. You know why?
mhm.
Because you should never in your life brag about
What you do.
driving
Mm-hmm.
and getting away with it. You
Right.
stupid. That's just stupid. I don't even know how to not be state my opinion on that
Girl,
because
look, that's
no.
called throwing rocks at the glass. What my mom said, throwing rocks at the prison or something like that. She used to say. She has some very funny, weird things to say, but yeah, I don't get it. But today's talk, we're going to talk about death row,
Uh-huh.
right? How South Carolina Governor
Right.
Henry McMaster has put in to law that they're bringing back the firing squad.
Oh wow.
The firing squad, not lethal injection, the firing squad, and Big Ben, the chair. So in
Okay.
South Carolina, they haven't executed anyone in the last 10 years, so they trying to get the show on the road. So by getting the show on the road, last year or so, he imposed this law,
Mm-hmm.
and at that state, with the Department of Corrections, which
Mm.
is Broad River Correctional Facility,
Okay.
which they invested a big old whopping $53,000 to
Wow.
renovate that facility, the death row facility. And I guess it's really nice where you have the inmate on one side and the firing squad behind a wall where where people like want to watch execution. They won't see who's shooting the gun, but they'll see the tip of the gun. All they will see is the right side of the
Mm-hmm.
inmate. And the inmate will be dressed in his nice inmate clothing with an X over his heart,
Mm-hmm.
and they will proceed to put a bag over his head.
And why did they put an X over his heart?
So whoever's shooting hit the right spot. Heart to spot. Yeah. They planned
So the
this
heart is
very.
a person. They're having a human target practice as if this is okay.
Hmm.
It's just
So
no
he,
more
yeah.
humanity. I
No,
mean,
but you
amongst
know
all
what?
the other things that goes on as far as the justice system, it's like the justice system is raining.
Madness.
Yes,
But
this.
you know what? I'm the type of person. I was not for death row, but that was when I was in high school because I did a report on it.
Right,
And when in my grown up eyes, I see
right,
people doing heinous crimes that
right.
should, I feel, get death row, that should get executed. Does not. And the only reason why I don't like the execution is when an innocent person is on death row and
Mhm,
they're trying to exalt foul motions in motion of motion, so to show that they're innocent. But only three people ever chose, or nope, not they didn't choose. Only three people ever been executed by firing squad. And that was way back in the day. So
mhm,
since he put this into law, he says the reason why he did it because there's limited lethal injection drugs, and it's been like that for years. So that's why they haven't executed anyone, because you can't get the medicine. And I'm thinking about it, I'm like, wow, you know what? Because now since this pandemic, it's hard to get anything now.
mhm. You can't get nothing.
You can't get nothing. So I know the institutions is the last to get anything.
Right.
So he figured, he started tired of being on hold, putting these people on hold. They should be executed. It's been 10 years. So two guys are up for execution in South Carolina, which their lawyers filed a motion to the courts, the higher courts, to
Mhm.
see if this uh, technique of execution is unconstitutional, which
Right.
years and years ago they were saying it was unconstitutional. So that's when they came with the lethal injection.
Mhm.
So, oh gosh, I don't know. And South, the southern states, South Carolina has that in play, Mississippi, Oklahoma, and Utah. So we will know by April or May if these two men in South Carolina will be getting death by they doing death by hanging as well, firing squad, or execution. They got to pick between those because there is no lethal injections.
Okay, so there's no lethal injections with
available.
at all. They cut
Not
it all off in the United States everywhere. Like I mean, well, you
because they're limited. That and you know what? When you think about it, you're like, why are people on death row so long? That is the case because you can only send so much to so many facilities. And it's a lot of it's enough people. It's a lot of people on death row, and you need a lot of lethal injection to put people to sleep.
yeah.
And but you know what? I just that it's so inhumane. I wouldn't even want to get shot up. I mean,
I don't want any of it.
none of it. I
Right.
I'd rather go out putting me to sleep. Just let that stuff go through my veins. I'll
Yeah.
be knocked out. I wouldn't
I
know
mean,
what's going on.
it's
Girl,
really
that's a
interesting.
hard cookie to
Yeah.
swallow. Hard cookie to swallow. So though I feel bad for those guys. I don't know. I'm glad Minnesota don't have it.
Yeah, because I don't. I mean, a lot of people they talk about us moving from here, right? Why haven't you got out of here? You haven't made it to the big. You haven't blew up yet because they should let families have the choice after conviction of the crime. My opinion.
Kind of.
Bill says that they should let the family have the choice after
Which
conviction.
family? The family of the murdered or the murderer?
Right. Yeah. Which family?
Which one?
Gilbert?
Because I think the family of the murdered, they ain't gonna show no mercy. They gonna say put them right in front, hang them
Right.
high, hang hang
Right.
'em.
Right.
So that's my personal opinion.
Right. Right. I think that the person that who was killed and
Hmm.
their family, like you said, is gonna really have an issue about even picking, you know.
Right.
They have to relive that again. I just think about, just our family and friends that, have got murdered.
Hmm.
We have family of the murderer.
Murderer. Hmm.
Okay, so I think the person that was that was murdered, family wouldn't they would want them hung, like you said. They would want the book thrown at them, right?
Right.
But because we think about the people that our loved ones that have got killed, right?
Right. Hmm.
I think it would be too much emotion just to even have that in place because you feel, you were ripped apart. You were everything that you forgot to say or didn't get to, forgive for or conversate about, all that was stricken, was taken, life was snatched away. So I think the justice system as a whole is just doing so bad on
Yeah.
just
Everything.
how they pick how a person should be convicted, how a person is supposed to pay back.
Hmm.
Even with, I mean, a lot of people feel like if I gotta pay money back, right? Because you gotta pay restitution when you commit a crime.
Right.
Like, why do I gotta pay you and go do the time? Have you ever run to that?
Right. You know
What's
what?
the
Yeah, I
difference?
always thought about that, and they're talking about you pay restitution to your victims, especially with a nonviolent drug crime or something. I'm like,
It's
pay
like, who did you victimize? You just made it up to me. It's like you
right. And
made
look,
something
where are
up.
you putting this money at? Because you
Right.
already
Where's
put
it
money for
going
a person
to?
that's being incarcerated.
Yeah,
You
and
know what I
then
mean?
you seize my money that I made off of illegal acts. So if you seize my money off of anything that I made
Yeah.
illegal, then you're just as much of a criminal as me,
Oh,
right?
they the biggest pimps out there. The ones
Right,
that take the money,
definitely.
seize the money, these cars, and they just recycle it, give it to the next drug dealer to bust the next one.
Yes, definitely. Because I mean, it seems as though they would come up with a better way of how they do things humanity wise, right? Because I would
Hmm.
be thinking, if I was a decision maker on in the justice system, I'd be like, well, what's God gonna think about me, killing his people?
Right.
Because in his eyes, we're all the same, whether what
Yes.
regardless of what we do. I mean, the punishment, there should be punishment. Every
Of
law of the
course.
land, definitely you have to abide by it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But as we can see, nothing's equal and fair. It says equal and fair justice for all, but there's no.
Oh, there's never has been no justice for
No
all.
equal, no equal or fair
The
justice for
scales
all.
are so unbalanced, it's
Yeah.
sickening.
Yeah. Them scales is off all the way.
Okay, all over the place. Mm-mm-mm-mm. So our next segment is our mail call. What do we have for our mail call?
Well, our mail call. Okay, what we would deliver today, and it's sad that this delivery has to be we wanted it to be positive, right?
Right.
But this is this would be, I would say, some tea, right? Tea that everybody's been already spilled into and drank, right?
Right.
Everybody has taken a cup out of the tea, right? So we'll go into Megan Thee Stallion.
Oh.
The reason why we're bringing up Megan Thee Stallion is because we want to congratulate her on the fact that she's in the industry. She
Right.
has had a powerful time. She has hit the ground running, right? But it
Mm-hmm.
seems as though she can't get it right with men, right?
Oh,
It seems
right.
like she's being attacked with men from the young to the old, right?
Oh,
And
wow.
what I mean is, what before the story came out with
Mm-hmm.
Tory Lanez
Okay.
and him saying that he didn't shoot her, he did. We still don't know.
Right.
He was defamating her character by
Right.
calling her a liar, saying he didn't do it, all of this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then she has this best friend that she had from the gate. Now they accused her best friend, her sleeping with the best friend. These are all allegations that
Oh, wow.
accused, right? She could sleep with her best friend's man. Excuse me.
Oh, wow.
Prior to her sleeping to with her best friend's man, I guess the best friend was holding that in the pocket. So when the time came with the Tory Lane situation and the best friend was there,
Mm-hmm.
the best friend brings all this out and about afterwards.
Oh,
This is just allegations, right?
right.
And so why we're delivering this mail call is because what do you do when you're in a male dominant industry?
Mm-hmm.
Majority of the time when you're in the industry, any kind of industry,
Mm-hmm.
that it's always a male that's in charge, right? So
Right.
how, as you being in the beauty industry, right? The barbers always get a lot of the showcases on the barbers, right?
Right.
Just think about it, right? When they first came out with the movie, they came out with the movie Barber Shop.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't
Yep.
come out with no they ain't come out with no movie called Beauty Salon, right?
Not until I think it was Queen Latifah, remember? It was a
Yeah.
concept of it, but
After
that's not the title. Yeah, it was after. Mm-hmm.
after
Yep.
they did, even though we think, to me, of course, because I'm a woman, better than men always. Because reason why I say that is because we don't think with downstairs, we think always upstairs.
Upstairs,
We,
right.
we we lead with the brain faster than we do with the heart, right?
Uh-huh.
Then when we let them two counteract with each other, that's when we mess up,
Right.
right? By allowing the heart to interact with the mind, right?
Okay.
The men, they always gonna think like this, but they
Down
let down
with the little
down
head.
get in the way, right?
Yep.
So they can't even help themselves. They preferably,
Mm-mm.
when they do business, if they could not like the woman. They can't stand her nothing. But if she
Uh-huh.
is some type of attraction, well,
Uh-huh.
they'll go do business with her. Or if
Mm.
they can get them in the door to lead them over to somewhere else to that bag.
I said, shut up, laugh my butt up.
Yeah, he said, shut up.
Whatever, Gilbert. Yeah.
I'm just saying, it's the real though. It's the real. And so what I'm saying about where Meg the Stallion messed up at is that she had these older men
Mm-hmm.
that were dealing with her contract, right?
Right.
Dealing with her contract. She had older men that were she had a contract with them.
Uh-huh.
They were supposed to put her on, which they did. They bossed her
Oh,
up. They went and got a record deal. It is
okay.
Evelyn Lozada's baby's dad. That is the baseball player
Right.
Carl Crawford, right?
Okay.
So he had a foot in the industry. When they be in those other, all the people that's in the industry, they try to move their money around, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool.
Go in
You
different
want to
circles.
help the artist, right?
Right.
Help the artist, then your
Mm-hmm.
money will circulate back, right? I
Right.
mean, I would love to do that too.
Mm-hmm.
But so she felt it was a botched deal. I guess a 360 deal. I don't know. I'm not into music, but that is I guess a bad deal or whatever. Now,
Mm-hmm.
she was in the news because she fell out with him. Then she's also fell out with Tory Lanez, and then
Right.
she's also fallen out with the girl, her best friend.
My best friend. Yeah.
Right. So my delivery in the mail call would be that never always read your paperwork. We know
Right.
that from court, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Never backstab. Never backdoor your homegirl. I don't care who it
Nope.
is. If it's your homegirl that you talk to once a week, once a
Mm-hmm.
month, or once a year,
Well, once a year.
inside your homeboy too.
Right.
You don't backdoor nobody. Cause when
Exactly.
you backdoor, the door will get slammed back in your face. When you go
Yes,
out
it
that back
will.
door, somebody gonna meet you that karma gonna meet you in the front. Go
Yeah,
out
it
that
will.
back door,
Yeah, it
sneaking
sure
out that
will.
back door, that
Yeah.
karma gonna meet you in the front. Better
Yeah.
know that. That's my
Yes. Yes,
delivery on
indeed.
that because there's something that I don't know her, love her music, but there's
Yeah. Something's going on.
something's going on in her life that those term of events are happening to her. Either as she rises up, I mean, the roadblocks keep
Calling.
falling in her face. I don't understand that. I don't understand that for her because, like I said, she went through college, made it through college, making one of the new women examples.
Women example, laughing my butt off. Everybody
I
want to
mean,
be like Megan Thee Stallion.
yeah, they want to do. I mean, they got 50-year-olds trying to drop it like her and everything.
Oh
So
my
she's
God.
definitely influential, right? Like he's saying, she is.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sad that she don't have her mom here.
Yeah.
By her
Yeah.
mom
She
being gone,
died.
I think there's a lot of misplaced things that wouldn't be if her mom was here,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah. She needed that grown woman guidance.
Yeah,
That's what
definitely.
she
It
needs.
has to be somebody that's holding her hand,
Somebody can
taking her.
talk to you and tell you what's going on, how they see uh your problems, and try and go get to the root and help you resolve them and become better.
Especially being in the industry and you have all
Yeah.
them millions of dollars.
Yes.
You don't know who's hanging around you for the money. There's
Right.
no genuineness.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's
That's
sad that
why I'm hanging with the people that hung with me when I broke as a joke.
right. That's right. You got to. I mean, and it's okay to, you gotta, you continue to build relationships and,
Mm-hmm.
continue to network. But
Mm-hmm.
like they say, you gotta stay humble.
Yeah, you do.
Don't forget the ones when you was down because they didn't want nothing. They just wanted you to come around. They just wanted your presence.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they just
Yeah.
needed your presence.
Yeah, she grew up like the rest of y'all women. Listen to Beyonce song like a man, and is now the new woman. Shut
Yeah, that's
up.
true. That's true. That's true. She did. And now
Woo.
she is the influence. She's the one, like he's
Yep.
saying. She's the one now, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the difference with Beyonce, she was blessed to still have her parents.
Yes.
That
Right.
kept her grounded. And she didn't
Yep.
get loose like a goose because they say
Oh, that was on her, baby.
yeah, they was on her for her to fail. And I'm pretty sure she has her story. She ain't told yet.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure she has a lot of dark moments outside of Destiny's Child just for herself as Beyonce,
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yes.
she won't I think Meg Thee Stallion will be all right, right? She is a Southern Belle, and so they don't really never have a problem with finding a man.
They usually don't. Hey, I don't know. Stuff going on so much around here.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and I have another thing that's I just looked into.
Hmm.
Caitlyn Jenner.
Okay, what's going on with her?
Well, she was talking about how the American swimmers. swimmer. She
Okay,
won
yep, she can.
first. She won first place.
Oh,
Another
when?
woman won second place, but the one was a transgender woman that won first place. So the controversy is they feel that the transgender woman should not have got first place because she's working with, you know, although she's a former male,
That turned
had more
into
strength, had more agility,
endurance. The
endurance,
other ones, okay.
and no more faster. All men would be more
Right,
faster than a woman. So,
right,
oh my God, you talking about everybody snapping? Please don't counsel me. I'm just saying what I heard, y'all. Please don't
right,
counsel me.
right.
I'm just saying. That's what doggone Caitlyn
Everybody's
Jenner.
begging not to be canceled,
Right. But Caitlyn Jenner coming at a point saying, hey, I was an athlete. I
huh?
ran. I was the number one racer in the world. You know what I'm saying? Runner in the world. You know, jumper, whatever he was. Yeah.
Right,
Jumper,
right.
whatever.
Swimmer. Right,
So, he's saying I'm strong. Even though I'm a woman now, I'm still strong. I still
right,
have that strength.
right.
So you can't have intermingling transgender males. Women
Mhm.
should not compete with regular women. That's what they saying.
So that's the back and forth now. No
Yes, that's the back and forth.
transgender women competing with um
Women,
full women,
born women.
born women,
Hmm.
genders. Okay.
Yeah, so
And
that's the issue they're having.
okay, and so
What do you think? What do you think?
um I think that a male, right,
Hmm.
would be naturally stronger, faster than most women.
Right.
To be the judge of them not competing, I'd have to see the comparison. I'd have to give the transgender woman a chance to compete with the other women
And that's what they're doing, but
and why and give her the opportunity to compete with them
hmm
and ask her, just have a talk with her and in front of the board of whoever makes the decision of watching, I guess, videos. I don't know. I'm just looking and assuming as far
right,
as comparison because I have no idea of this.
right.
I would not be against it necessarily, right? Because
Hmm.
she identifies as a
A
woman.
woman, yeah.
I would want, just out of fairness, I would want to know how long has she been transgender.
Okay.
I don't think that now this will be my take on it. I think it's being a transferring
Hmm.
and say you're a year in the transfer, right?
Hmm.
And you just came from whatever you were doing prior,
Okay.
right? You were on a male, where you lived your life as a male. That's what you were born, and then you turn into a female.
Right.
I don't think that it's fair as a female to come into competition and you just transferred, right? I think
Hmm.
some time would have to lapse,
Hmm. Hmm.
right? Only because you're stronger than me. You're
Right.
faster than me. Assuming, right? I don't
Assuming, right.
know.
But that's why Caitlyn Jenner jumped in and said, look, I just became transgender woman.
Yeah.
I had my surgery. I did. You know how I was before, as far as strength wise. I still have the same strength after the surgery. I'm still strong as a man, like I
So
been.
so Caitlin is against it?
She's saying that that transgender should never compete with the women.
Okay. Well then hey, that's her
And this is
road.
coming from a professional view of her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I
So
mean, she's the expert. Who are
yeah,
we?
yeah,
She's an
exactly.
expert.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not against it, period,
I'm not
right?
against it, no.
But I do feel some time needs to lapse because Caitlin is saying, "Hey, I was the boss. I was the baddest.
Mhm.
I'm an Olympian,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
I'm an Olympian. Who else you gonna listen to?
What's
Everybody
that?
else that's in their feelings and you know, has all these opinions and attitudes about not being, you know, it's not fair or I'm not being accepted or whatever,
Right,
you know, their
right.
argument is. This is the person that's is an expert. So if the
Yeah.
expert is saying that it's not fair, then that's what we have to ride with.
Hey, that's why I was thinking ride with old Caitlyn Jenner.
She's the one
She
that's
the ones that transferred over and
right.
knows her body.
Right, exactly, and knows her strength,
Yep.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So, shout
Yes.
out to Caitlyn Jenner
Shout out
for
Caitlyn.
being honest,
Caitlyn.
because you know
And
you would think that she would probably side with the other person, that transgender woman that was competing, right? You would think that you know she would try to get her in, and she's saying no.
right. Hmm.
She's saying no. Yeah, I agree. Me too,
I
Benita.
agree. I
I,
agree
I
too with
agree with
Caitlyn.
Caitlin as
Yes,
well.
Benita.
I mean,
Hmm.
I agree with her because she's the expertise.
She's the
So
expert. Hmm.
we don't know, you know. We're just
How it
saying
feels
what
to
we
be in
see.
their body. Yeah.
Right. Right.
So with that being said, yeah, thank you guys. Thank you. But before we leave here, we're gonna shout out our sponsors. And we are
Hey.
sponsored by Cashmere Lux Hair Salon. You can
Who
order all your
time?
hair growth products, shampoo and conditioners, www.cashmerelux.hairsalon.com. And
Can you tell the people about what happened this week for you? What's the
well,
highlight for you?
I just got to highlight. I
Mhm.
will be in a retail store. I will let you guys know that process in the next talk.
Okay. And
Retail
how does
store.
that feel? How's that feel to step up? You stepped
Ooh,
up.
it's okay. That initial, like when I got the phone call
Uh-huh.
and she was saying, "Did you get your email?" I'm like, "Email? I'm at work. I'm not paying attention. I'm working." What
Right.
email? I'm like, "What are you talking about?" She said, "You got accepted into this retail store. They want you to respond back." I'm like, "Ah!"
Yeah.
I'm like, I couldn't believe it. I started shaking. I'm like, "What?" So
Okay. Okay.
immediately I'm like, "Okay, what am I supposed to do?" I didn't even. I was gonna stop doing hair. I said, "Oh my god, I got to get this done. I got to order these boxes, and I got so much stuff around here. It's insane." I'm like, "Oh my god, now I got to go into production, make these oils. I got to make 1,000. This that." Girl, I'm like driving myself crazy for about 5 hours. Then
Right.
I kind of calmed down when I seen Gil, and I was like, "I can't believe it." He said, "Believe." You should have to believe it. You've been trying to work on it all this time. I mean,
Right.
but it was just I don't know how to feel still, but I'm
Uh-huh.
like I did that work because it was my very first show, my very first presentation, and I'm
Okay.
like for my first presentation to be accepted on my first one, I'm
Right.
like I was shocked. I said I guess I was shelf ready. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right. Right.
I mean, I carried all my products in my everywhere. Go to
Right. Right.
Chicago, everywhere we went, huh?
Yes.
Atlanta, I
Yes,
had it.
you
I
have.
had
Yes,
it
you
in
have.
California. I look. I didn't. I just didn't play. I was like, I'm serious. I really wanted to get my products in a retail store. So, and this store has
How
200
many
stores
stores
in
are
Midwest.
how many stores in the United States?
I think 200, and they're growing more in more
Other
down
countries?
south.
Okay.
So I
And
don't want to say the name because I'm waiting till it's on
okay,
the
you're gonna
shelf.
give them. You got to come here first to your podcast and
Yes,
tell the story first on announcing on your platform first,
yes,
right?
I will.
Before you let everybody else know, right?
Yes,
And
yes.
so, what was that process? Can you give us a little end on the process of getting your products from off of your shelf in a retail space, in a retail shelf
Well, right now,
after your presentation?
after the presentation,
Hmm.
well, after the presentation, I was manifesting saying, yes, I know I got it. You know what I'm saying? Because when I was talking in my presentation to the uh, one
The
is from
panel.
diversion,
Hmm.
um, one is from the department store, the health and beauty part of the department store, and then another was another buyer. and I gave my presentation, and the vibe in that room was so good. They were really corresponding me, asking me questions. They was like, "Oh, I could relate. My daughter had alopecia and this, and that. You know what I'm saying? A form of alopecia in the hair grew back." Or one guy said, "Yeah, I have mixed children." And then I was like, when I heard that, I was like, "Okay."
All
He said, "I
right.
need to figure out stuff to put in my kids' hair." And I'm like, thinking, then Lisa standing by me. So I had Lisa do the projections of how much I made from 2017 to now. And so because
Been
she's
the
been there.
lifetime user.
Yes, and she's been
Yeah.
using it since I started it, even
Right.
before I even put it on the shelf, and you
Right.
too. So
Right.
I said I needed somebody that was passionate like me,
Right.
just as passionate
Yes.
to present beside me, and there
Right.
wasn't nobody but either you or Lisa. And I'm like, Lisa's in the marketing field, so okay,
Yes.
let me get her to
Yeah.
do it.
Perfect person.
And we just wrote down the numbers, and then she talked the numbers through. She talked to how we are gonna put it on shelves, how we're gonna ship it and freight it, how we're gonna
Oh,
wrap it and package it. And I just knew it was gonna happen. I just knew it was, because I know God brought to me. He's like, you know what, you got this. You know what I'm saying? And it was just that, just being in that room, and we was just all virtual. So imagine if we were sitting
next to each
in the
other.
same next
Right.
room with each other. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I had my products physically there, so I had to do all my stuff on a slideshow. So what I did promise them, I said I will send each one of you guys products to try, and you guys let me know what you think. And I gave them the descriptions, the flyers, and everything, how to use it, how to put on their kids' hair. And I'm assuming he put on his mixed kids' hair. And then the lady emailed me yesterday. It's like, welcome board.
Oh wow, that was beautiful.
Oh,
Dang, Shadi. So they accepted you in now. Now you got your foot in there, right?
yes, I got my
Look,
foot in there.
I can't stick my I can't raise my
Oh, no,
foot.
got my foot in the door.
Okay. So now that you got your foot in there, are you ready for this challenge? Are we look, the whole
Look,
family gonna have to come in
I
and
told everybody,
with the
all
caps
hands
on
on
and
deck. All
right,
hands
be
on
in
deck.
production because
Look,
they have a
I
lot.
got
You just said 200 stores.
200.
So you
So
gonna
they have a main manufacturing warehouse.
all
So
right.
when I get everything together, they might order 5,000 of each, 10,000 each. I'm not sure.
So
But
does those
girl,
numbers intimidate you? Look, I had to sit up, child.
yeah, because I only made 1,000 myself, by myself,
Okay.
of one product. You know what I'm saying? 1,000.
Right.
And I sat all weekend with
Right.
oil.
Right.
So I'm assuming I'm clearing out the whole living room this
Right.
weekend, and
Okay.
some of my friends gonna come help. If I had
Yeah.
to pay a homeless person, all I need him to do is wash, make he sanitize, put his net, gloves, and just fill bottles, and I will pay him
Look,
by the hour.
you already, I'm
I got
laughing
it
because
planned
you
out,
said a
baby.
homeless man.
I'm not finna
What
mess
about a
this
homeless
up.
woman?
Woman, whoever, should it be a puppy, dog? Look, I'm trying to get it. And it's kind of intimidating, you know what I'm saying? But I know God put this in
Ain't
my
it, Benita? It's Sherry.
God put this in my on me to succeed. And
Right.
he not gonna give me no more than I can bear. So
That's
I know
That's
it's gonna be all right. I just gotta take my time and do it. And I know some people gonna be mad if when I have to go very part-time doing hair, but I think this is the
Well, that's your point is to you've serviced the community, right?
yeah,
Now you have to service yourself and go follow the dreams that's in your heart, right?
right.
Ultimately is for you to work less. So you can spend time with
Yes.
your family, right?
And raise my
So
grandbaby.
look, Akila says she'll come help you.
Hey, Keela, yes, baby, yes. Thank you, thank you. I'm sure gonna need you because I'm gonna have the warehouse in
You need them
Austin
hands, huh?
here in my house.
Yes.
I need everybody hands, and I'm gonna pay, and then eventually it'll be delegated jobs. You know, what I'm saying?
Right,
I have
right.
to
That's
build
your job. That's
a
you want to
board.
provide some
To,
jobs,
yeah,
right? Okay. That'll be good. A fulfillment center, huh?
yeah, a fulfillment center, and that's what we'll be having hopefully in the next 90 days.
That's right. All right, y'all. Well, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Meet the Shoe, where we talk about prison politics and entertainment. Our last sponsors is Bossed Up Beauties and
Lena Beans.
Lena Beans Organic Plus. Bossed
You
Up
can
Beauties, we sell fitness trainers,
waist
waist
trainers,
savers,
active wear.
and Lena Beans Organic, we sell body butters, beard juice, and
Yes.
sugar scrub. And you can find us online, www.lenabeansorganic.com,
Mm-hmm.
Bossed Up Beauties, and what?
www.bostonbeauties.com, guys. And if any business inquiries, please email us at meettheshu2019@gmail.com. We're looking for people we can interview, get on our show, talk about your business or anything like that. Hit us up.
Yeah. Thanks for
Thank
tuning
you.
in.
Bye.